Going live. Going live. I'm live. Eek. Well, hi there. Welcome back. Here we are. It's at the time of this recording, it's Thursday, which is Thursday to everyone who isn't a Viking. And both are equally fine. So today, my topic is stalling. My topic is looking for every possibility, however ridiculous, to not do the thing, whatever the thing happens to be. I'm guilty of it. I'm actually quite good at it. I can prevaricate with the best of them. Now, the reason I want to talk about stalling, and I did a couple of stories over on Facebook a few minutes ago, even though Facebook quit on me twice. It's very frustrating. All of a sudden, clerk, gone. And I was talking to Billy the other day, and he said, we have to get you on a platform where you can stream simultaneously. So you can use a stronger platform and Facebook will just absorb it. And I can see the comments live. I can do, everything that I need to do, but without the ridiculous interruptions that are so frustrating. And also, hopefully, just a second, something strange there. Also, hopefully, the resolution on screen is better. I notice that when I wave my hands around, as I often want to do, I'm too close to the camera and it's weirding out. It doesn't know who to look at and why. It has a little mini breakdown. And then I think it just gives up and throws in the towel and says, I just want to go and cry. And then it shuts itself off. So we're going to fix that as soon as we possibly can. And by the way, no, this isn't stalling. Oh, God. This isn't stalling. This is backstory. This is context. The other thing that I want to tell you is that my friend appears to be getting better, getting stronger, getting more able to handle stuff. And that might mean kind of a new normal, a new opportunity to be part of a different kind of ebb and flow. And I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about a lot of great things that are happening with Pivotry and the comments that people are making and the responses that I'm getting. A little concerned about the number of subscribers here, but I'm sure that when I can get my full focus back on this, that we can fix all that. So as long as you're willing to bear with me while I'm getting these two roads divergent in a wood, I'm on a, it's like I'm on a railroad track with parallel rails, and one of them is doing my work and the other is being a friend, and both are possible. Both are not possible simultaneously. However, they are possible in close proximity. And that is my goal. My goal is to be the friend who is needed in the moment, and be who I am, because I need it in the moment, and hopefully you need it in the moment. So that's the context for all of this back and forth. And what time is she on today? And oh my God, why isn't it more predictable? And it just happens to be that I'm going through an unpredictable phase. The thermometer on the wall where you have to go and tap it because it's sort of stuck. Yeah, it's my thermometer on the wall, the barometer is going all over the place, and I'm trying to, maintain level. Viking, maintain level through the choppy seas. So back to stalling. When I was a kid, I told this story on Facebook, but I think it bears repeating because it's ridiculous. I didn't want to go to bed when it was my time to go to bed, and I used to come up with all kinds of colorful enough, surprising enough, diversionary tactics that allowed me to stall the inevitable. And usually it was a song and dance routine, except that I didn't sing because that would have killed it right away. But I would be as ridiculous as I possibly could, because there is no shame when you don't want to go to bed. There's just, you do whatever it takes, right? But eventually my sainted father, my tall Viking father, would look me in the eye. And sometimes he would actually point the finger in the direction. And I would, yes, Daddy. And then I would go to bed. I would sometimes get curtain calls that would work for a few seconds, a few minutes. But it was inevitable that it would come to an end. And then I would go to bed. But I would feel, here's the thing about stalling, I would feel that somehow I had some control over the world around me, that I had some way of owning a moment that was clearly owned by others. And we all have that need because it is tribal, it is ancient. Claim the cave, maintain the cave, safety in numbers, maintain the tribe, do the thing we've always done because it keeps us safe. That's the whole subconscious programming going on. And if change is sensed looming on the horizon, we instinctively stall as long as possible, because change means something new. And almost all of us hate looking ridiculous. I used to hate looking ridiculous until they started paying me a lot of money to do it. And then I said to myself, oh, well, it's like standing out in the rain. Granted, I'm wet. Later, I'll get dry. I'm good like that. We have those options before us. So stalling is a natural survival tactic. It doesn't give you permission to use it because it's an ancient survival tactic and we don't need it anymore because we have better tools. We have more advanced technology. We are smarter and wiser and more strategic. The subconscious brain doesn't know that. The subconscious brain is still living in the present, in its time, when one tribe, one cave, one set of saber-toothed whatnots out there, and everything is designed to keep the status quo alive and well and doing fine. Therefore, stall as best you can. And one of the things I talked about over on Facebook, and I do want to mention it because these are very interesting that we don't realize. So here are some stalling tactics. The subconscious brain deletes things. It deletes things it doesn't understand. It looks at it and says, nope, don't know what it is, don't care. Don't know, don't care. Next. And so if we are obsessing about something that it can't comprehend, words, numbers, issues that are happening over there, it doesn't know what to do with it, so it just deletes it. And that's why we have to keep writing down phone numbers. And that's why we have to keep writing down things to remind ourselves where we need to be, even though we know perfectly well where we need to be. It's because the subconscious brain doesn't want to go there. And so it says, good luck with that. And so it doesn't know that we can write stuff down. It doesn't know that that we have a strategic brain that can say, okay, there's a red flag. It's going to go bing, and we'll remember. So what it does then, the subconscious brain, is it uses its old, tried and true skills to keep us locked in place. Okay. The fear mechanisms that it uses to keep us safe, keep us alive, are fight, flight, freeze, hide, comply. Fight, flight, freeze, hide, comply. Okay. What is freeze? Freeze is stalling. Freeze is a delaying tactic. What is hide? Hide is forgetting. Hide is deleting. Hide is ignoring. Hide is tired, sleepy. Go away. What is comply? Go along to get along. Make no waves. Stay small. Stay safe. What is fight? Adrenaline rush. Rah, 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 rah. Small yappy dogs. They're accomplishing nothing. They're certainly not scaring anybody. What they are doing is making a lot of noise. Sound and fury signifying nothing. That's fight. Flight. Run! Run, Forrest, run! So those are all the fear-based emotions that the subconscious juggles effortlessly, like flaming chainsaws, and then periodically hurls one in our path, and we are completely distracted from whatever it was we were doing. And all of a sudden we're dancing madly to avoid the flaming chainsaws, which are, by the way, running. So, and hot, 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 hot. So did we forget the thing we wanted to do? Absolutely. Of course we did. Subconscious brain. Next. People who say, don't let your emotions take over. Yeah, you're wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. Subconscious brain, 90% of the work it takes to maintain us. 90%. The conscious brain here, thinking, adding numbers, 4 and 7 is 11. 3 and 7 is 11. 4 and 3 is 11. Sure. The strategic brain, if then, cause effect. If I stay up late tonight, I'll probably fail the exam tomorrow. These two, conscious brain, strategic brain, thinking brain, creative brain, yeah, 10%. 10%. The rest, all the rest, 90%. The subconscious brain, 90%, is the powerhouse. It runs everything. It does it by habit, by routine, by keeping us safe. So, how do we navigate this? How do we care? How do we create a relationship with this habit-loving, repeatable, routine-loving brain? We develop our changes in small, repeatable, habituatable steps. You know why they say it takes 30 days to create a new habit? Small, repeatable, habituatable steps. A little bit every day. Repeat, repeat, repeat. You know how I know this works? You know how you know this works? When the cave brain was formed, way back in the days of ooze before the cave, we didn't drive cars. Did we? There weren't any cars. You know what the subconscious brain can learn to do? Drive the car. Small, repeatable, habituatable steps. Not in rush hour traffic. Not at the Indy 500, but on those long open highways when all you have to do is subconscious brain steps in. I got this. Conscious brain goes away and figures out what to have for supper. Strategic brain figures out what we should have for supper so we can get into those pants by Friday. Right? If the subconscious brain did not want us to go where we need to go, it would cause us to be distracted. It would cause us to slow down. It would cause us to feel sleepy. It would cause us to feel afraid because it doesn't like the change. It fears for safety. And we have done that too. We can remember times when we suddenly say, why am I going so slowly? What the hell is wrong with me? You look at the speedometer and all of a sudden you think, wait a minute, I'm 20 under the speed limit. Get it back up there. Because it didn't want us to keep going. So it is a conversation with a part of our brain that is a reluctant dragon. Yeah, it can breathe fire, but it doesn't want to. It just wants to sit over here. We can effect a scenario in which we can welcome change. We can own the changes that change us. How we do that is terrifying and challenging and exhausting when we don't understand that there are certain steps and there are tools, and we have the tools. They're just packed away in a place we can't find because we don't even know it's there, because nobody told us it's there. Nobody taught us that we have these skills. It was just assumed that we knew it. So part of my conversation today about stalling, and by the way, one of the things that I love to see is when people realize that they have been facing the wrong way. We've all done it. You're looking at something and then you accidentally turn your head and you think, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be there. And then you roll your eyes and you think, what a special kind of idiot. And then you turn and you go in the direction that you wanted to be going. You just got sidetracked. And here you are, off down the wrong path. What is so important to understand is this. Ever since we understood that there was an opportunity for promotion within the tribe, I'm talking back in the cave days, before speech, when we didn't have words and we didn't understand numbers. But we did understand that the alpha male and the alpha female in the tribe were getting older. We understood, because we were getting older, that they were not as strong as they had been. We could sense it. It was scary. It was confusing. And we would freeze and hide and run. Because if they're not strong, who will protect us? And at some point, our survival brain said, I will. I can. I am. At some point, the survival brain looked at the habit that we had of following the leader and said, but he or she is no longer leading. Someone must, and someone can, and that someone is me. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. I want you to think about that moment of awareness when we realize that the leader is not leading the way they used to, not with the same fire, not with the same energy, not with the same strength, not with the same clarity. And we're afraid, because if they can't lead us, who will? And then something happened in our brain. Something happened. You know what it was? It took a leap. It left the place in the present, and it leapt, defying gravity, to the next reality. After we said, they're no longer strong, who will lead us? The leap was to the realization, I can. In that leap, when we left the present, looking at them, when our present was a focus on the leader and what the leader asks and demands, and the focus came this way and went inside, and we felt, we heard that little voice say, I can. I am. That is a leap. That is leaving the ground and landing both feet. Safe and ready. Ready. That is remarkable. That is remarkable that we can do it. You see in animal groupings, tribes, families, packs, herds, whatever, you see the young coming up and getting stronger, and you see the older alpha fighting them, trying to drive them away. so that they will form their own tribe, their own pack, their own herd. But the young lion, the young wolf, the young aggressor wants to stay because it's their time. And it's a tough, vicious battle because the old alpha isn't ready to leave. And that's the law of the jungle. In our case, we are sentient beings. We're aware of it. We know why we're doing it. We understand what is happening. We can recognize that we are ready to stop being the role we were given. Right? We're ready to end that. We're ready for the promotion. We're ready to take on the new role that we are ready to play. We have transformed in that instant, in that leap, in that invisible arc. We have become another version of us, completely different. Are we still able to follow? Yes. Are we ready to be the healer, the gatherer, the hunter, the provider, the cleaner, the lover? Are we still ready to do all those things? Yes. And today in our modern world, in all the different tribes we live, we play those different roles as required. And each new tribe we join, each new group we become part of, we look around, we recognize the role that we can bring that does the most for us and them, and we play it. And we know we're doing it. We're not consciously saying, and now I'm going to be the chef. We just say, okay, so nobody here can cook. I don't cook that well either, but I can cook, so I'll be the cook. That was a leap. That was a leaving the ground and landing on the other side. A brand new role, right? And we've all done it. We do it every day. Every day. And someone in communications and marketing and advertising, his name is Seth Godin. I receive his email every day because he's brilliant. And it's fascinating how the things he's thinking seem to be, in alignment with the things that I'm thinking. It's very wow. What he said today is the phrase, the learning curve. Everybody knows it. Everybody understands. It's a time of growth and change. Yeah. So I call it the hairpin learning curve because there's always whoa moments. Yeah. He calls it the leaping curve. And when I read that this morning, I thought, yes, oh God, I wish I'd thought of that first. Yes, our learning curves are leaping curves. And every time we leap and land, we create a new version of us. We've always done it because it's always worked. And my job with Pivotry is to show you how we do it, show you what the tools are and why they work, and give you exercises to practice so that you can consciously and deliberately get really good at it. That's my function. That's my goal. And with this whole Pivotry concept, that's my job, my purpose for you is to help you feel that you got this, that you own the changes that change you, that you are the one who can free you to be you. Very cool, huh? And you know when you can't do that? When you're too busy stalling. So keep that in mind, my lovelies. Stalling, worrying, being anxious, complaining, gossiping, stalling tactics, keeping you stuck, keeping you right here while all your opportunities pass you by. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, I thought so too. That's why Pivotry. That's why you and me, us, together, all of us, the tribe, we can fix this. All we have to do is want it. And by the way, have the instructions. Okay, I have to dash. I just looked at the time. I have to, face the front and pack all my stuff and fling it in the car and head off madly in all directions to go and help my friend. So here it is, Thursday. The weekend is soon upon us. The weather is being rather odd, as is normal. And so I want to urge you to take the deep breaths and see if you can become aware of the times as you take the deep breaths and say, we got this. We're safe. And resist the stalling tactics. Resist the delaying tactics. Because as my dad once said, and I mentioned this on Facebook, the longer you prolong this moment, the more you steal away from the next one that's waiting for you. And it's going to be amazing. So what are you thinking? Stop trying to control things that are not within your grasp. My dad was a scary Viking who was very wise. We can all benefit from his wisdom. Okay, be good to you. Hug your loved ones. Tell your friends to do this. We're at 272. I lost somebody. I lost somebody. Let's build it up. Let's build it up. All right? And I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching.